It's Liz, and we are in week 2, finished week 2 of my mask making project. Originally, the project started because I wanted to see if I dedicated 24 hours of my time to doing something, if I could help out at this time with the corona situation. And a lot of people have given me feedback. They're making masks, they've asked questions, and they're doing what I asked, which is to share them with the mailman, the UPS drivers, FedEx, Amazon, grocery delivery people, fast food delivery people. And that's good because we need to spread the message. One of the things that I'm doing, I'm going to be posting multiple videos. My son, since he's home and 18, has been helping me do sewing, cutting, just all kinds of creative things. I told him this used to be a storyboard back in the day before computers. These are the steps. These are not N95 hospital grade masks. They're just simple, a little bit of a barrier. And it's not a design flaw, but the grains are going crisscross. It increases the surface area and it gives more chance of blocking off germs, okay? Normally when you sew, everything is lined up and your grains all go in the same direction. These are purposely put crisscross, okay? 2 different types of material as well, okay? That's on purpose. So, these are the steps. There'll be videos posted there. You can see me actually doing them. I'm not good about measuring, so everything's always a different size, but I did give numbers to give a guideline. I don't measure. First, you start by doing two rectangles, basically 8 inches by 6 inches. Now, if you're making them for children, obviously you're going to make that like half the size, right? Then you're going to sew them together, all but a little about 2 inches down at the bottom, okay? Then you trim them as close as you can. One of the shortcuts and things that you can do to help your corners when you turn your corners inside out is cut them at an angle. These are kitchen scissors, these aren't my sewing scissors. And that way when you turn them inside out, your corners will be nice and pointy. Then you're going to flip it inside out and you have the right side out. This little opening is still there. Then you got to come up with some kind of brace for the nose. These little aluminum were from my old candle holders. And these are pipe cleaners. And what we did is we braided them. If you try to use one alone, it's hard to sew into place. And the tips could also poke you. So the first thing you want to do is make a twist. Twist them into one and tuck that tip in so it's now soft. Then you're going to do a nice loose braid that's kind of fat so it can be sewn into place. Don't laugh, it works. All right, again, we're going to twist the end, tuck it under so it doesn't poke you. I learned that because I made one for my brother-in-law and it was poking out. This is too big, but if you cut it right in half, you can do that now with the other end. Twist it, tuck it in, and this is now the bridge to your mask, okay? So, the next step after 4 is to place the bridge inside the pocket. Remember, we got a pocket now, and just zigzag it into place. This is the pipe cleaner, which is a little bit longer than my little candle holder. Some people are using the metal from inside of hanging files. I've heard there's a lot of different creative things going on. Then, once you're done, I forgot to include this step, but you can close off the bottom. And I sew just 2 or 3 lines, no more than that, across it. I did that so that when you wash it, it holds together and doesn't become a big hard mess to iron out. Now, you may want to iron, you don't have to iron. This makes it so you probably don't have to iron as much. It holds them in place. If you put a lot of lines, then you got a bunch of holes because everywhere there's a line, there's a stitch, there's a hole. But, so that's what you do there. Then the next step is, after the 5 and do this, then 6 is you just put 3 pleats. For the kids, I'm usually putting 2 pleats. For the adults, 3. I'm making them extra big for men with beards, and so it had a bunch of pleats. And then you can sew in your elastic to the four corners, okay? Now you can also do ties. You don't have to do elastic. If the mask is too big with the elastic, all you have to do is tie a knot in the elastic, and then it'll be the right size, okay? So this is my design. I've been wearing hospital masks as a respiratory therapist for 25 years. Student too in the hospital. And then at the bedside for 23. This is what you do. You put it on, you bend the earpiece, nose piece, and that's it. Okay, so that's how they work. These stay on really good with the elastic. They don't go nowhere. So the next thing is that if you don't have elastic, like my elastic literally just came in, so we're sewing on the elastic to 500 masks that are ready to be mailed out to people. But you can also do ties. This is an old tablecloth that we used once a year for the last 25 years probably. But it's super really good quality cotton. All you do is you tie one up at the crown, one at the base of the head in a bow, and there you go. You know, hopefully by the time Christmas rolls around we won't need these masks, but it's possible we will. And if even we don't, in our country where we're so fortunate, the third world countries are going to be behind us. All these masks, when if we don't need them, maybe we can bag them up and send them to other countries. I don't want money for these masks. What I want is for people to share them. Anyone who asks for them, I'm going to send you extras to share with your neighbors and friends. I'm putting a note, not these ones because obviously they're all being touched and used. When I get stuff in, somebody donated 2 huge boxes of cotton t-shirts for me. We cut them up, we throw them in the washing machine and wash them before I even never touch them with my bare hands. Then I sew everything and wash it one more time before it goes out and iron it. Most of it I iron, not all of it, because all of it doesn't need to be ironed. Some get really crinkled, the cheap material. But anyway, and I send a message with it, and I ask you just share them with the people in your community. If we all reach out to our own communities, it will travel, okay? I don't want money for these masks. That's not the idea. The idea is get a mask and share a message. We need to care for one another. We need to take this chance to reboot. I have another mask that I'm going to be making that a friend of mine discussed a problem with having the homemade masks and them melting down, and it has a face shield. I'm going to be posting that as well. It's a done deal, the video. Part of what I'm trying to teach my son now that he's home this week is how to make the best of a situation. My earliest memory as a child, I thought I was 3. My mother told me I was only 2.5 when I was first in the hospital for a double pneumonia. And I remember an incident one time when my parents came to visit. But anyway, I was only 2.5, and I remember it clear as can be. Respond with action, not react with fear, okay? I don't waste my time watching what's on the news. Every now and then I get a piece of information and I'm updated. You know, social distancing is a necessity. Wearing masks is a necessity. If you only care about yourself, then that's fine. Stay home, because the rest of us care about our brothers and sisters, not only in our own family and houses, but in the community and the greater world. Somebody great said, if not me, who? And if not now, when? I don't even remember who it was, but it's true. You know, there's a lot of good out there. You can learn about things. There's a good show called Heal on Netflix. When I'm stressed out and worried, I watch this documentary on Guatemala. It's so beautiful and peaceful that I relax and I can fall asleep. You know, there's a lot of good things. You got to use your own intelligence and brain and decipher out which is biased and paid programming. You know, there's a lot we can do. It's not always about business and money. Wealth is not just what's in your pocketbook. I make these short videos because I'm recovering from some health complications following surgery, but I'm doing much better thanks to a speech therapist. It looks like I'm not going to have an additional surgery thanks to learning about nutrition. You guys are going to be able to witness that whole transformation in the next 30 days because April 1st I started going vegetarian, and I'm working one-on-one with a actual nutritionist. So I just, hope everybody does their part and takes this opportunity to learn and turn this situation into a good opportunity. Spend quality time with the people we love. Always teach by example. A lot is happening politically, and we're going to need to be strong and firm to recover from all the what's the fallout of this situation. Okay, so we got to work together. We got to care about our brothers and sisters, no matter their religion or lack of religion or faith or how they love or who they love or where they live. Okay, so I think that's it for today's video. My next project are hoods. See you later.